What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I got to talk to everybody who is trying or saying that they trying to get something accomplished in life. You know, you may have come up with the plan. Hey, I applaud you that you came up with a plan. I applaud you that you came up with a strategy, that you had an idea, a conception of something that you could make something big out of yourself with, change the world with. But my biggest problem that I have with a lot of people who are on the mission is that y'all take too long. And y'all might think this is kind of ridiculous of me to say, but just follow it. Just walk with me. Just walk with me. Don't jump off too early because you'll understand what I'm gonna say as I go along. Now I understand that there are a lot of people who never figure out what their purpose is. Never figure out something that they want to do with their life, and they just waste all those years being stagnant and unproductive. But there are many others who get it done. They get on it. They go through a process. It might take years. It might take a while, but you have that other category of people who just great idea, but you're taking too long. You're moving too slow. And we just live in a time where you have to hurry but don't rush. Meaning that you can still pick up the pace in terms of what it is you're trying to do, but without being negligent and being rushing and half doing it. It's too many things that the world needs that y'all have to offer. A lot of y'all got a lot of good stuff to offer, but you're dragging your feet in terms of getting it done. And there are people who will look at you and they'll say, hey man, boy, that was a good idea. Whatever happened with that thing you was working on when you were saying it was going to do this and do that? Oh, no, I'm still on it. I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. It's like, man, that was in 2004. It's like it's taking you that long to bring it to life. And it just shouldn't take that long unless you try. I can't think of nothing that should take that long. I've seen projects, man. They built football stadiums, man, and they said, well, it'll be ready in 9 months. It'll be ready in a year. It just the bottom line is some of us just take too long, and in the meantime, if people do kind of connect on to your dream and latch on to it because they believe in it, you came up with something that people really want to get behind, eventually they'll start to fall off. They'll start to peel off and go their own way because they're not, you may be seeing progress, but we're not reaching the finish line. And then over certain periods of time, you look up and it's like, well, man, I got goals and dreams and things I'm trying to accomplish and get done too. I just don't have the time to pour my whole life into your dream. So people start to slowly peel off. So whenever you come up with something that you're trying to get done, it's always, well, I don't say always, but sometimes it's wise to put a deadline on it, on yourself. Put a target date on it. In other words, say, man, I'm planning on having this done, in uh, the beginning of 2024. Whenever the date you set, and you have to lay it out in a way that works towards getting that done. But to continue to just let it linger and linger and linger and linger and linger, people stop believing, people start forgetting, people start going on with their life, and even you might start to doubt at some point because I'll say this: it's a difference between not getting it done because it's just hard. I'm running into obstacles. I keep having problems and difficulties, and I keep making mistakes and have to go back to the drawing board. That's one thing, but it's another thing when you just changing it up and can't decide if I want to do this. It was like this last month. Now I want it to be this way. I'm taking long breaks, stopping, and oh man. And then the first thing a lot of us do is we complain and act like nothing's happening for us in our life when in reality you was blessed with a vision that you knew in your heart and other people around you even knew it was. See, that's when you know when other people around you say, man, that's a good idea. Man, that would be, yeah, you pull that off, that would be dope. You know, that's when you know when you start getting it like that. And you doing something and then you see even the haters kind of like, oh man, they hoping you don't get it done. So that's another thing, another reason to just, hey man, let's shake up the world and get something accomplished, y'all. Because I hate to see a good idea just die. It's like a good idea is like a plant, you know, or some form of crop that you're growing. You know, you have to nurture it and work 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 it until it reaches its fullness, until it reaches its potential when it's time to pluck it off the vine. But if you never pluck it off the vine, what's going to happen to the fruit? It's going to go bad. Even if it falls off, it's gonna go bad. You know, you gotta make it happen, man. If I was working on a project, you know, I said, well, man, I started on this album in 2017. And I said, well, man, it's 2022 now. You're like, what kind of album are you working on that takes 5 years to do? You know, what kind of album you working on? You know, y'all would be like, man, at first it would be like, okay, that's cool. But after that, after a few years, y'all be like, man, I ain't worried about it. That dude ain't gonna never put that out. He ain't gonna never drop that thing. You know? So let's be more expedient and more focused because it's enough time in the day to get enough accomplished to pick up the pace to reach your goal, man. But if you never reach your goal, bro, it's something that can lead to a lot of regret in your life. And then, one of the most important things that I almost forgot to mention, we got to understand there's nothing new under the sun. And by the fact that there's nothing new under the sun, you taking too long to bring your idea to life, somebody on the other side of the country, the other side of the world, will actually get the same idea as you. And I ain't talking about the people that may be around you that might steal it, because that's a possibility too. But I'm just talking about just randomly somebody get the same or similar idea, similar concept, and they push theirs through. And the first thing you're going to say, oh man, I had that same idea. Oh man, that's my thing that they work. Took too long. Get on it. Pick up the pace, man. All right, bro, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Peace.